So, hi there. We're here once again for another episode of Tuesday Talks. And today we have, well, I shouldn't say a new member of the Remax family, but it's a new realtor now, Tiffany Griffin. Thank you for being here, Tiffany.
Thank you for having me on.
So Tiffany has been our admin person here, kind of like the person we turn to do almost everything in the office. Tiffany has finally decided to uh, become licensed as a realtor. Aren't you excited?
I am very excited.
Awesome. So Tiffany is now part of the. She's usually behind the camera. Now she's in front, and we're going to talk to her at Tuesday Talks. And Tiffany, well, let's start by talking about how this goes, or reminding you how this goes. We have that question from the last person we talked to. Then we have 3 questions for you, and then you have a question that you want to ask the next person up in line. All right. So here we go. So the question last week came from Alyson Smith, who is another agent out of the office. And Alyson asked the question, Tiffany, do you have a hobby or a favorite thing or activity that you do outside of work?
So my favorite hobbies, I'm going to say hobbies because
Okay.
the general thing I like to do is be outside. But when it comes to hobbies, I like hiking, walking, fishing, just about most activities you can do outside, or even kayaking. I really do like kayaking a lot.
Okay.
Really, it's just anytime I can kind of be outside and observe the calmness of just being able to take everything in, and I just really like being outside.
Okay, so you're an outdoors person. So do you do a lot of that? What time of the year is your favorite for that?
So for doing outside activities, probably fall time, just because
Okay.
I like the leaves and how
Okay.
everything looks. But if it comes to favorite season, if I were to just be outside and just observe how everything looks, that would be winter.
Okay, all right. So that's your favorite activity. You're an outdoors person. So there we have it. Allison, that's your answer to the question. So Tiffany, question number 1. What about you've gotten into real estate? You came here, you're doing the admin side of it. You got involved with knowing what the agents do and what everybody does. What's something that surprised you about real estate?
Well, when I was going through my classes, when I was about to start, I was really nervous that it was going to be really hard to get into it. I've always been having a hard time in high school or college with things like history or just really kind of law facts, because I always thought it was boring. But when I started going through the classes, I actually really enjoyed learning about all of it, and it was significantly more interesting than I expected it to be. I really thought it was kind of going to be like law 1A3C and then a line, and then the next law, and then a line, and then the next law and a line. But really, it kind of went into like how you laws, with whether it be interacting with people or making them understand the process, or even just going over contracts, like understanding what it's for, and not just that it's a whole bunch of lines or laws or.
So I'm thinking that what really made it exciting, or what had surprised you, is that where in the past you've learned the law and trying to understand what the law is, and I guess with our business, it's like how you implement it or
Yes.
how you use it.
Yes.
So you see the practical side of the law.
Yes.
So that's what would have surprised you. That.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it was exciting.
It was very exciting.
Good. That's
a lot
good.
more fun.
One thing, you have to love what you're doing. So next question. So we're into real estate now, and people talk about how you get your clients, and what are you going to do in terms of your marketing and all that kind of stuff. What value do you really see in networking, in meeting with people?
I think networking can be from really any side. So what I really value about networking is, even just working here, I got to network with the agents that are here, so I get to ask them questions, get actual real life examples of how their work went, just to kind of better understand what to expect when it comes to the people that we work with, the local vendors and affiliates. Getting to know them, getting to ask questions. I've already blown up Erin May's phone ridiculously with questions about VA loans and conventional loans, and just getting to understand that product further. Because in your classes, you only learn so much, but when it comes to actual use of it with your clients, you know, it helps to network and it helps to know people that you can ask questions. And then the other side of it is that you get to know your local community. I mean, you go out and you talk to everybody who lives around you, and you're going to events, and you're going to just really anything that's going on. And it's not like you're just a person in your community, it's like you're a part of it. And that's something I really like. I mean, what more could you ask for?
And there's a lot of value in that people get to know you. They'll know that they like you and they trust you to do their real estate transactions, and that's perfect. So that is really good value in regards to networking. Tiffany, third question. I know that you talk about your cats all the time. You love your cats. How many cats do you have?
I have 2 cats.
Okay.
I have one cat who is a Siamese English short hair mix. She's very quiet, but her name is Rhea, and she's the goddess. Her name is from the goddess of fertility. And then my second cat, her name is Gaia. She's a black cat, and her name is actually the mother goddess, or Rhea she's technically her mom.
Okay.
But she's essentially the mother goddess. And so that's how I chose their names.
Oh, wow, okay.
And they're both really young still. They're both under 1. Just my little babies.
Oh, that's really cool. That is so cool. That's your 3 questions. And you got your question from Alyson. Now it's time for you to give the question for the next person up. What's your question, Tiffany?
My question is, who is your favorite motivational speaker?
Motivational speaker. Oh, there's a lot that I listen to, but that's a very good question. Interesting question. So if you're up next, remember, let us know who is your favorite motivational speaker. Listen, thank you, Tiffany, for being on this. I know you're always on the other side of the camera. Today, it's a little bit different. You're on this side and being interviewed. Guys, if you want to reach out to Tiffany, her contact info is on the screen. Reach out to Tiffany, reach out to us at the office. You'll get Tiffany, and ask her questions. Ask her questions about real estate, or ask her about how to get into real estate. All right, thank you, Tiffany. We love having you on the show. And remember, guys, look out for the next episode. And don't forget, if you're serious about real estate, we're serious about you. Bye for now.